Welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back in the Formula Ford, the Ray FF1600 at Circuit de Navarra for the Speed Circuit. So the full layout here, so this is a rookie fix setup. Nothing's been changed. My brake bias, I have put all the way back to 54, so I like the extra stopping power, but don't feel that you have to do the same. If you are new to my channel, we do a hot lap and then a breakdown lap, and then we're back in the cockpit a final time. The driving line on for you lunatics that like it. Right, let's start the lap. Okay, let's start the lap. Smashing it down the left-hand side of the main straight. We're going to start moving over, just kissing the apex of turn 1. We get to this darker patch. I'm going to slowly go all the way down to first gear. You can see there's no massive jumping on the brake there. Up to second, up to third, cutting the corner around at 4. Nice and wide here on entry to 5. Just going to lightly trail the brake off down to third gear, back on the beans, going to the outside of the track here, dropping it down to first really late, up the hill, up to second gear, up to third, and then we're back on the brakes here, dropping it down to second and to first, exiting nice and wide. Again up to 4th, 50-meter marker, braking really hard here, all the way down to first gear, exiting nice and wide again. We really have to use the full width of the track at Navarra or you'll go nowhere. And you've also got to cut quite a few corners, legally of course. Very tiring watching this. Very busy. This is the final corner that everyone gets wrong in the race. Make up a lot of time there. And there we have it. We're going to go across the line in 1 minute 48.038. So I did this with relatively full fuel as well. I think I only did 4 or 5 laps. So it probably will end up going faster than that in the race. Right. Breakdown lap. Right, you've already seen it once, so I'm not going to spend too long over this. I know you guys prefer it when I just shut up anyway. So, turn 1. We don't really need to cut it there. We're trying to get back over to the left-hand side for turn 2. So, the braking zone that we're going to do, you see we've just come into this darker patch. So, it's halfway between the darker patch and the rise that you can see there where the curbing begins. So, as we get there, just going to go up to about 50%. I'm going to trail that off. So this is a separate corner to the hairpin that we're coming up to now, yeah? So we've trailed that off. And then we're going to start braking again, as you can see, up to about 40, 60, 70%. Dropping it down to first gear, trailing that off down to the apex, already back on the gas. I'm going to give a little bit of a cut to this one. So because I hit that no cut bump, that's why I had to do that little correction. We're going to cut the corner here at turn 4, keeping the middle of our car over the rumble strip or the curbing. Exit nice and wide. When we get to the end of this green strip, we're going to turn it in and we're just going to lightly kiss the brake there up to about 20%. I'm building back up on the throttle straight away. Getting nice and wide, and as I do that, I'm going to start coming off the gas, and I'm going to brake up to about 60%, and again trail that off down to second gear. I felt on exit here that I didn't have enough torque, so I dropped it down to first up the hill. Now this next one's tricky. You're just going to have to get a feel for it. You see the 50-meter marker on the right hand side. That's well ahead of where we're actually going to want to start to brake. So it's a couple of beats after the 50-meter goes past. You're going to brake hard, almost up to full braking there. Dropping it down to second gear and then first gear. Back on 100% at apex. Exit nice and wide. Okay, the next braking marker, as you see here, same as it has been in most of the cars this week, It's before the 50-meter marker. You can see this little black signage here, digital signage that's not actually switched on. It's just before I get to there. I'm going to brake hard, all giving it full 100%. The reason why I'm not locking up is because I have my brake bias set to 54. And then trail that off, down to third, down to second, down to first at the apex, getting back on the gas. Back over to the right-hand side. Next braking marker is going to be this 50-meter marker there on the right-hand side. As you can see, again, I'm up to 100% braking, dropping it down to second gear. Little correction mid-corner. Slightly late back up to 100% throttle there because it's a little bit of a slippy corner. Up to second. And then, yeah, it's the start of the rumble strip here is the next braking marker. Up to about 50%, dropping it down to second gear. And again, as we get to the rumble strip, the red and white, again, giving it full braking, down to second, down to first. We really don't want to run over this sausage curve because it will unsettle your car. This next corner we can take flat in third gear. And then it's just before we get to the rumble strip on the left-hand side, you can see here, we're going to be braking full up to nearly 100%. And we're making sure that we're getting all of this braking done, wiping all the speed off in a straight line on the rumble strip so that we can start trailing it off, drop it down to first gear, and we can be on 100% throttle really, really early. This is imperative because it's the most important corner on the track because it is the corner that precedes the longest straight. Basically, whoever gets on the throttle first wins the drag race. Right, final time with the driving line coming up right now. Now, final time with the driving line on. As always, guys, thanks for the support, thanks for watching. I've been Sambo iRacing, and I'll see you guys in the week.